Hello and welcome to PPR Xbox Division number 2 for tonight's race. We are just getting off of our break week and we'll get to see all of our drivers, a full grid, 20 people here tonight for a race around a Paul Ricard. Very excited to see what goes on tonight. Welcome everyone that is tuning in live tonight. Hope you are well and staying healthy out there. And we are still waiting for our lobby to load up, which is very nice. It will take just a quick second to make sure we're not having any technical difficulties. And we do apologize for this momentary delay. We are currently experiencing loading issues, as everyone can see. And hopefully we can get loaded in this lobby pretty quick. And if not, we will just go ahead and restart the lobby and try it once again. Luckily, we have not yet started qualifying, so it might just be another couple minutes before we get going here at PPR Xbox Division number 2. And we are back after a momentary delay. It is time for qualifying. And we'll see which one of our drivers opt to come out of the pits first, or our first hot lap after our long anticipated week off. For our break week, we are back live and direct from Paul Ricard here in France. Get all the little gadgets out for you guys. Once again, thank you for waiting just a little bit. As we see DGM and the amazing looking pumpkin helmet. Don't know how safe that is, but he's rocking it tonight in his beautiful Haas. He looks to be our first driver out on circuit. A lot of guys now heading out for their very first laps. For some reason, Father Corn has put on wets, but he has not exited yet. And it actually, let's take a look. We've seen this before for Father Corn. He is currently on wet tires. Maybe opting for the 1000 IQ strat here. Maybe it starts pouring rain within the next 30 seconds and he just gets ahead of everybody. Who knows? But here we go. Back on board with DGM. Don't Get Mad 1989. As we have more than half of the grid out, it is amazing to see that we have a full grid for tonight's race. As DGM is about to start our first hop lap of the night, and across the line he goes. It looks like the Red Bull of Ronin going to be slightly in front of him. Hopefully he doesn't hold him up at all in this lap. DGM opting to go on the hards. Tire strategy tonight is going to be very interesting from all of our drivers, as there are multiple different strategies you can run. It really depends on how comfortable some of our drivers feel with their race pace and also with their tire saving, as you can get away going soft to hards, you can do mediums to hards, or even it really extends to mediums, go mediums to softs, softs to mediums, vice versa. So there's quite a few options to do here tonight at France. And like we saw in our PC Division 1 race last night, there were, I believe, 2 safety cars. So safety cars will definitely play a factor here. Even though it is France, we have so much runoff. But now with the way Cody's runs their safety cars, you cannot even have a DNF on track and still see a safety car come out. So even tracks like France, you're still susceptible to that AMG making its way out on track at least once during the race. As DGM is about to finish off his lap here, running about turn number 15. Gauges DRS for one more time and he will cross the line with a 133.0, shortly followed by the coach with a 133.6. And then Indian Cyclone on the softs with a 132.1. There goes George in the toothpaste. Williams a 33.0. Marlon Conga now in the Racing Point with a 33.5. And falling very shortly back is Sprightly and P7 with 34.3. We also see, I believe that was Easy Breeze. Yes, it was. And the Haas with a 33.0. Most of these guys opting to be out on the hard compound tires. Cyclone, our only soft runner as of right now. We will take this on down to the Ferrari of MRC Loki. Formerly a Division 1 driver, has been demoted down to Division 2. See what he can do here tonight, as it is currently provisionally P2 with a 32.3 on the mediums. Very well done there from the Ferrari driver. as that team is going to be in desperate need of points. But here is a Becker man, a P3, the 32.2, and then TRC Platinum, who might be my favorite of this race tonight. He has some rapid pace around Paul Ricard. He is now set a 32.0 on the hards. It looks like Jordan Fraud has invalidated his lap. Go on board here with Ronan, who is currently on a flyer. Setting them his first lap on the mediums. Engaging DRS, and across the line comes Ronan with a 34.5. Quite a slow lap there from him. We'll now take it on down to Tazonic and the Mercedes with a 34.7. Those guys might be just doing some practice laps. As now on down to 2 white meat. Really struggling out of turn 6. There's a very tricky corner to get right here at Paul Ricard. You want to get the power down as quick as possible without losing the back end of your vehicle. So it is very tricky indeed. Around turn 9 comes white meat. You can definitely see that traction control is engaged because he was able to just plant his foot and keep it going now through the sweeping right-hander through turns 10 and around turn 11. Not using as much of the track limits as he may want, but nonetheless keeping it on track, not invalidating. Maybe just looking to set a banker lap for now. And around turn 15 comes white meat, and he will set a time of a 133.6 for P12. As Jordan the Fraud now has gone across the line in P7, 3 laps in on the hards with a 32.4. We'll take it down back to Sprightly, who's unfortunately invalidated. It may be another rough night here for the Banana Boat squad, as Max Facitas has a quali ban, so we will not see him at all tonight. He'll be starting at the back of the grid. And Sprightly right now with the slowest set time. It might be one of those days for the Banana Boat team, the Renault team of Sprightly and Max Facitas. Here we are on board with Father Korn, our only driver yet to set a lap here in the McLaren, as we see Beckerman go very rapid right there. A 131.9 on the mediums. Very well done. He is 3 laps in on the mediums. That is not what you're going to want for your tire wear. He will most likely be throwing on some softs, I would have to predict. Unless he's maybe looking to go mediums to hards on the strategy, but 3 laps on some mediums and quality is not the optimal strat. It looks like we have a Racing Point going very slowly. Maybe Marlon Conga. We'll take it down with Marlon. He is out of fuel, actually. he did not have enough fuel in the car and is crawling his way back into the pits. That is going to cost him a lot of time here in qualifying. We'll take it back on down to Father Korn in the McLaren. And that will be P8 for Father Korn with a 132.6 on the mediums. We are currently only seeing 1 driver out on the softs. And that is White Mike, who is actually in the pits. So no driver yet to set a time on the softs. As we'll take it up to Father's Corn, teammate of Indian Cyclone, who's currently sitting P5 as we're now halfway through qualifying. And he has a 132.1. The top three of Beckerman, Ronin, and TRC Platinum. So far, Platinum on the hards. We'll see if he opts to set another time or if those are the tires that he will start off with tonight. And across the line goes Indian Cyclone, and that is P1 with a 131.6. What a flyer there from Cyclone. We'll take it on board with Easy Breeze, who's now going P7 on the hards with a 132.4. Now on board with the Sport Pesa Race Force India Ashton Martin Formula One team, powered by Money Hustard and Marlon Conga. Looks like Money is going to get a nice little slipstream here from his teammate. Some nice little team orders going here from these guys. Marlon just getting out of the way. As he's going to once again get some slipstream back to his teammate. Very well done from those guys, as George is sitting on the very outside of the track. Luckily, those guys did not make contact with the Williams driver. This is very nice to see the chat blowing up today. Thank you, all of you who are contributing to our chat tonight. That is now P2 for Money Hustard, just almost 2/10 off from Indian Cyclone, as he sets a 131.7. As it looks like Redeemer has invalidated his lap. We go on board here with Tazonic. They're coming very close to invalidating his lap as well out of turn 2. But does not do so, and he'll be good to go here. Looking to set a time on the medium tires. As White Mike, that is a 131.1 on the softs. That is currently provisional pole for the Toro Rosso driver of White Mike. We see Captain Hood in the chat saying, "Don't sleep on Stoneman." Well, Cap, Stoneman, formerly known as Kush, is currently P18. I'm not sleeping. He might be sleeping on himself. As currently, it's been a very tidy lap here from Tazonic. Going about turn of 14, now into turn 15, the final turn. Down the DRS straight. He is completely out of ERS. That is no matter for Taz. He sets our fastest time on the mediums with a 131.7. As we'll take it on board with Marlon Conga, as it actually looks like he might be going slow. I may have seen that graphic wrong. It said he was 5/10 over his current best through Sector 1. But nonetheless, we will stick it on board with him. Yeah, Marlon Conga is going slower. At least that's what it's showing us on the timing screens. And he definitely is taking it pretty easy on this lap. So we'll take it on board here with George the Fraud, who is also going quite slow on his. So why not take it down to his teammate of George 1997, who is nearly 5/10 up on his lap here. And that is P6 for the Williams driver with a 131.1. All of our medium runners from 3rd to 7th are very close with each other. Sonic, yes, going very slow. Looks like Stoneman now in his Ferrari. About to set another lap here on the mediums. See if he can improve from P18 currently, as we are about to see our final few drivers set their laps. We are now minute and 40 left. The coach has retired from the session, presumably in the pits is what it looks like. And so far so good from the number 69 driver of Stoneman. He is almost a second up on his previous time. He's going to want to improve a little bit more than that though, if he wants to get within the top 10. Going just a little bit too wide right there. A very nice exit out of turn 15. Gauge DRS one final time and across the line. That is P2 from Stoneman with a 131.4 on the mediums. He cannot beat out White Mike, but he does beat out Indian Cyclone. As Taz is going very slow. Taking on down here with Sprightly, who has also invalidated his lap. I believe LDR Redeemer, we just missed him, but that's a 131.0 from him. George the Fraud, nothing doing for him. White Mike's P2, Easy Breeze just coming across in P3. You have the McLaren driver now of Father Corn about to cross the line. Going very rapid here. He was 8/10 up through sector 2. Easy Breeze has retired from the session. Father Corn is going to cross the line. That's going to be P5 for the McLaren driver with a 131.4, as we'll take it back down here to Ronan. Unfortunately, he has invalidated. Loki is finding himself stuck behind a Mercedes. I believe Stoneman, yes, just coming into... No, he is setting another time or coming into the pits. He is going to set another time here. So we will stay on board with him. See if he can improve. Doesn't look like he can. Just not enough ERS left. So back on board with Loki. Oh, and he gets a horrible run out of turn 15. That's going to cost him so much time. And he will remain P16. I believe that will be it for the rest of our drivers. We have George the Fraud now coming across the line, only P14. And there we have it, folks. What a hectic final minute here in qualifying. But that is LDR Redeemer and P1 barely beating out White Mike by half a tenth. White Mike P2, Easy Breeze in P3, followed by Stoneman. The pair of McLaren drivers with Father Corn, Indian Cyclone taking 5th and 6th, Tazonic in 7th. We have the pair of Racing Points and Money Hustard and Marlon Conga. We will wait for the rest of our screen. TRC Platinum, however, after having quite the lap on the hards, did not go back out. He's opting what looks like to go on the hards, as I've just seen that Easy Breeze has a 5-place grid penalty, presumably for making contact with someone. See if anyone else on here has that penalty as well. They do not, so can't quite tell what happened there with Easy Breeze, but he'll drop all the way down to P8. But yeah, TRC Platinum going to start very far back. He definitely has what seemed to be the outright pace on these drivers, but starting so far back, we'll have to wait and see what goes on with him. I'm presuming that there will not be any rain here tonight, since many of our drivers are opting to go on the mediums, unless the rain will come very late in the session. I've not heard anything about it. However, it is very cloudy here at Power Card, so who knows? We'll now just wait for our drivers to load in. And you guys know what time it is. It's my water break time. I'll be right back for you for the start of the formation lap. Thank all you guys for joining us, and I can't wait to get this race started for you. And we are back, and yes, Funky Cactus. Funky Cactus. Wow. I was reading your comment and your name at the same time, Funky. But yes, please no Rainerino. That is what we hope, because in just over an hour's time, I also have my Division 1 race. So I would like this to go semi-quick, so I at least have time to get ready for that. But back to the grid, we have LDR Redeemer P1, White Mike in P2, followed by Stoneman in P3. So that is a Red Bull, Toro Rosso, and Ferrari top 3, followed by the pair of McLarens of Father Corn and Indian Cyclone, with Tazonic in 6th, Money Hustard in 7th, with Easy Breeze spitting the pair of Racing Points as Marlon Conga's in 9th. And then George 1997 in P10. Let's take a look at our tires for today. First, second, and fourth of Redeemer, White Mike, and Father Corn, all opting to go on the softs. Other than that, it is a mix between medium and hard runners. However, all the top 10, if they're not on softs, they are on those mediums. Looks like Ronan, Platinum, George the Fraud, and Mex Fossitas, who is starting P20. Very sad to see those Renos P19 and 20, but they are all starting on the hards, as LDR Redeemer is now bringing everyone up to the grid, as all we have now to wait is for them to form up and these 5 red lights to go out and our race to start. And that is 5 red lights, and away we go. Stoneman getting a great start off the grid. Oh, and actually, I take that back. I do not know what happened with Stoneman, but that has messed up all of our camera angles. as we see carbon fiber flying. Couldn't quite tell who that was from, but other than that, a semi-clean start, even though an Alfa Romeo of, I believe that was Platinum, takes out one of our braking boards, completely destroys it. But so far so clean. Easy Breeze already making his way up into P6. Getting bumped back to P8. White Mike falling back very heavily. Looks like Tazonic has gone off the track. He is now all the way back into P20. As Easy Breeze taking the dive, and he makes it stick. Losing a little bit of the back end right there. We also have the battle with Money Hustler and any Cyclone right here. Can Money get past the McLaren driver and throw himself into P3? We're going to go down this very fast right-hander, but that is the position for Money. As we can see the rest of our grid all making their way around. And there it goes. White Mike trying to make a move back here on Marlon Conga. Cannot get it to stick at all. Oh, and there comes his teammate of Beckerman. A new addition here. That was almost some Toro Rosso on Toro Rosso crime. But luckily, nothing wrong happened right there. As it looks like Ronan taps the back of George. And our Renaults at the back of the grid are taking out the turn 15 board. Thank you very much, guys. That is greatly appreciated. The coach picking a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We are having a lot of action so far, but we are on board here now with Platinum, who's looking to get around the Red Bull driver of Ronan. No safety car in lap 1. That is greatly appreciated from our drivers and Cody's as well. It looks like what has gone wrong with Don't Get Mad. He is sideways and missing part of his wing. That is unfortunate for him. We'll go back down the grid, and that is a virtual safety car. I spoke too soon. But as we are under this VSC, yeah, as Cap is saying in the chat, I have no idea what happened with Stoneman there. We were on board with him, and we saw him get off the line very well and end up somehow all the way in the back of the grid. That is a glitch I have never seen from Cody's, and very unfortunate because Ferrari is struggling for points right now, and it just seems like nothing can go their way. Even if they qualify in the top 3, they are still finding themselves at the back of the grid thanks to Cody's, as DGM picking up a 10-second time penalty, which that is just putting more bruises on his race, as everyone has to slow down just a little bit so they don't speed past their delta. See who can get the best start off right now. And we're going to see if Platinum can make a charge. He's only in P11 right now, and the VSC is over. It looks like Marlon is right on the back of Easy Breeze. Easy Breeze as well on the back of Cyclone. See if any moves can be made here through turn 1. Cyclone going defensive. This is going to leave Marlon in quite the predicament. He's just going to have to back out. Easy Breeze concedes the place. Doesn't want to fight it. It's very early in the race. Going to see if he can get back at the McLaren driver right now. And not enough room, but Cyclone does go a little bit too deep there, as we are having some great battles right here. The Toro Rosso drivers are mobbing not only each other, but they are right on the back of Marlon as well, as Beckerman has now gotten past White Mike. White Mike, after having a great qualifying, has found himself all the way back in P8. Those softs might not be working out for him like he thought, but here goes Easy Breeze now on Cyclone, giving him just enough space to make the apex, or the turn I should say, and closing off the doors. So that's now Cyclone down into P5 and Easy Breeze into P4. Marlon Conga as well making a charge. Looks like George here. White Mike might be the victim to the Toothpaste Williams if he does not watch out. But quite the slipstream train going on right now. And this is the racing we love to see here at PPR. Looks like Marlon took a quick peek at Andy and Cyclone. Nothing doing there from the Racing Point driver. As I say it every week, I really wish he would change his helmet colors. They just don't fit that pink Racing Point whatsoever. As Money Hustler has set the fastest lap of the race. Looks like Father Corn actually is getting past LDR Redeemer right here. That is going to be P1 for him. Money Hustler now Looks like he might have had a chance there on Redeemer. And he's going to have to wait as he backs out very, very passively there. Maybe just not wanting to make any incidental contact with the Red Bull. As he knows he's going to have DRS down this straight. Father Corn may be a sitting duck from these two drivers, as Money Hustler gets a great launch out of turn number 7. He's going to fit himself back in. Father Corn, nothing he can do. That's going to be Redeemer into P1. And Money Hustler cannot get around Father Corn. So Father Corn will only fall back to P2. But quite the battle here from the top 3, as they're having quite the race. It has to be said that Father Corn and Redeemer are both on the softs. Those tires are going to fall off a lot sooner than these mediums, as we now have Easy Breeze diving down the inside of Money Hustler. Money Hustler diving back down on him through turn 12, and he makes a stick. Easy Breeze is going to fall back, maybe into the hands of Cyclone. He might lose a place here to the McLaren driver. They're going side by side. Oh no! And that is Cyclone off as he makes contact with Easy Breeze. Easy Breeze is now going to fall back to Beckerman, who's now right on his outside. They're going to have a drag race down to P1, but that is very unfortunate for any Cyclone. Looked like some just incidental contact there, as Money Hustler now is going very wide. Easy Breeze doesn't look like he picked up any type of damage on that, but Beckerman is all on the back of him as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. But what a train from P1 to P6. I gotta say, this might be some of the closest racing we've seen, as Beckerman takes a slight tap to the gearbox of the Haas driver. White Mike, has to be said, not out of it yet, but those softs are going to start wearing off from him. As here comes Money Hustler around LDR Redeemer. Can he make a stick right here? Does Redeemer have a move? Father Corn going down the inside. Money Hustler now on the outside. Picks a great move. Father Corn, oh, he's going to lose it just a little bit. Looks like he saved it. Yes, he did. But that's now going to be Marlin overtaking Father Corn. Easy Breeze, Beckerman, White Mike. Father Corn is actually going very far back, as he might have very well lost the back end. It looked like he might have been able to save it, as Marlin's going very wide. Easy Breeze shutting it down the inside. So much action here, trying to keep up for all of you guys here at home. And there we go, Beckerman as well around LDR Redeemer. So Redeemer, after being in P1, is now falling back. But Marlon Conga going very wide. He might very much lose third here to the Toro Rosso driver. Let's see if there's anything going for him. Beckerman. Oh, but just no room there out of turn 15. He's going to stay in P4. But what the train we have, and Money Hustler all the way up into P1. The Racing Point drivers, after starting 6th, or I believe 7th and 9th respectively, and Easy Breeze in 8th, these guys have all climbed their way up into the top podium spots, so first, second, and third. We have some amazing battles going on tonight. These guys, they sure do know how to show out after a break week. They're going to make up for all the action we didn't get to see last week. As George now is right behind the gearbox of LDR Redeemer. See if Beckerman has anything doing here on Marlin. Doesn't look like he does, so I'm going to go back down on to George. He's diving down the inside here of Redeemer. They come into turn number 8 and 9. Redeemer's just going to concede the place. Doesn't look like those softs are doing him any justice, as we see him and White Mike now falling back. So all of our drivers that started on the soft compound tires just have not been able to get anything going for them here in their first stint, and that might not have been the right strategy for them to go with. But you know what? That is some very keen information for our Division 1 drivers who will be racing tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh no, and what has gone wrong with White Meat? He is, and that's a safety car. LDR Redeemer has pitted at the absolute right time. Unfortunately, no replay system, so we cannot see what happened to White Meat. Let's just say a quick prayer here for the Mercedes driver. He has vanished. I hope you got your prayers in. But that is perfect for, let's see, we have Redeemer, Sprightly, McFacitas, Cyclone and Loki all diving in the pits. Redeemer had just came into the pits as well before the safety car, so timing that out just perfectly. But yeah, this has been quite the opening stage of the race. I hope all of you watching are enjoying this as much as I am being able to commentate it. But now that we have some guys hot in the pits and a moment break from the action, we'll take you through the grid. So we have Money Hustard here in P1, Easy Breeze sitting back on the Haas in P2 after his teammate of Don't Get Mad went off. He's all the way back in 19, so this is going to be the only thing that Haas is going for him currently. Marlon Conga as well in P3, doing a very good job after starting in P9, which will actually get those up for you. So the top 5, very much so, doing a great job of picking up places. We have Beckerman, George, White Mike, who's fallen back. Unfortunately, safety car came out before he could pit, so he's going to fall back massively on this grid. That's not going to be good for his race at all. We got Ronan sitting back in 7th, Platinum in 8th, George the Fraud in 9th, and Father Corn in 10th. Cannot count out Platinum whatsoever. He's had quite the struggle trying to get through some drivers here at the back of the grid, but I will not count him out whatsoever. We'll bring back up our tires, and we'll probably have another go around here with the safety car. See if anyone else opts to hop into the pits. And yes, Cap is Stoneman's #1 fan tonight. Yes, Stoneman is back in the fight, even if he is only sitting in P17. But here comes Money Hustler in the pits. White Mike as well. Looks like we got Platinum, Father Corn, Max Fossitas, I believe we already saw hop in the pits. He's back in the pits. Maybe he picked up some wing damage. Unfortunate for him. Doesn't look like anyone's double stacking. Racing Point. Oh my goodness, what a Williams-esque pit stop that was. They were in and out in what just seemed like half a second. So all these guys will now be filing to the back of the grid. So that now promotes Easy Breeze in the P1, Marlon P2, and Beckerman in P3. So after the safety car and a little shake up to the strategies here, let's see what everyone in chat thinks our podium finishers are going to be now after this first safety car in the race. Gotta say that Redeemer, even though he has pitted for the mediums, that's an interesting tactic to go with. He might be sitting very well. I don't see any way he can make those mediums though go 19 laps in. But if he could, he'll be sitting very nicely in P7. Tazonic as well. Sprightly also in P9 after starting in the back. So we'll have to see. Any Cyclone opted to go on the softs, so he's definitely going to have to stop again. But anyone who has pitted for the hards, they can definitely go till the end of the race. So maybe some of our guys who decided not to have thought maybe we're going to have another safety car. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, as it looks like Beckerman and Marlon made a little bit of contact right there, and I'm not too sure what was going on. Neither one of them picks up wing damage or a time penalty, so no harm, no foul, I guess. But here we go. We're going to wait for Easy Breeze to take us off for the resuming period of the race, and it looks like he has gone off with a great start here. Marlon Conga shortly followed behind, as well as Beckerman in P3. See if we can keep all this action going, but Easy Breeze is pulling out quite the lead off the start. Beckerman takes a peek, but nothing doing there for him. Oh, George really shooting through turn 2 in that toothpaste Williams. But unfortunately, nothing going the way of George through the rest of Sector 1. Taking on board with Beckerman. Looks like the coach has fallen. Whoa, the coach. That is the wrong way, my friend. Backwards will get you disqualified. He's spun his car back around. It's very nicely done from him. And Stoneman has gone spinning around as well. After we took a brief pause there for the coach, Stoneman also has spun. A little spam through the grid. Jordan the Fraud has spun. We are 3 for 3. Anyone else would like to partake in the PPR spinning series, please join Stoneman, Jordan the Fraud, and the coach at the back of the grid. We'll take it back on board here with Easy Breeze, who is still sitting in P1. Looks like, did Loki join them as well? Yes, Loki did. He is spun as well. That is 4 drivers joining the PPR spinning series. Oh, you love to see it. As Jordan has now hopped into the pits, back on board with the action. Beckerman still in P3. And he is cutting a lot of the corner. Well, we're definitely going to have to wait for the next pit stops from the rest of our grid to see how it's going to shake up. As we look, the top 5 all still need to pit. DGM has only got to pit twice so far. But everyone from Redeemer down to Jordan the Fraud have pit. So it's just the top 5 remaining who are all still sitting on their used mediums. As it looks like some team orders here, quite possibly. I would not believe so, as Redeemer is on the fresher tires. So it looks like this could be a battle between the Red Bull drivers. A little Max Verstappen, Danny Rick action. Quite possibly, but here comes Taz. Taz looking to fly around the Red Bull Redeemer. Yeah, very interesting tactics here from the Red Bull team, as Ronan on very much older hards than Redeemer's very almost unused mediums, and yet we have opted to put Ronan in front. Hopefully we don't get some Ferrari strat calls here, because this might slow down Redeemer, as we see Money Hustler go with the fastest lap of the race. But who knows, maybe they are in a party and Redeemer has opted to let Ronan go. We do not know. We'll go to the sister team, the Toro Rossos. Beckerman still sitting back in P3. So even though the intervals are still pretty close, we have not seen really too much overtaking. We'll actually take this down here to TRC Platinum, who's back in P11. And as I say that, there goes that man. LDR Redeemer has overtaken Ronan. Ronan completely overshooting turn 8. And Redeemer completely destroying the curb. But now that's going to be Tazonic on a mission to get around Ronan. Can he do it? They make a slight touch. Nothing doing there. We got now the McLaren of Indian Cyclone right behind them. They're still going side by side. And Taz leaving the room, which unfortunately makes him go wide. And there goes Cyclone. What? He went for the peak. There was really nothing going there for the McLaren driver, but I guess he thought, why not? It looks like Sprightly now is getting overtaken by Money Hustler. But back up to this battle, Ronan is now falling back to P7, and Taz into P6. Redeemer fitting himself back into P5. Ronan struggling just a little bit with the hards, but they are not too, or at least they shouldn't be too worn as of yet. He's only done 11 laps on him. Still have some bit of life back. This top 3 is so close to each other, yet they're just not making moves. Let's see if there's going to go anything here. Down the DRS straight into turn 8. Beckerman looks like he's going to take a peek. Will he? He does, but too far back to make any type of move. as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. It didn't look like too much of a corner cut, but I guess Cody's thought it was. He's now going around the outside of Marlon Conga. Looks like they're going to go side by side here through the sweeping right-hander. And Marlon's going to get the best of him through it. Go down. Looks like Cyclone now has got past Ronan. Very nicely done there from him. Back up to Beckerman. Just cannot seem to get around the Racing Point driver. Easy breeze. Opting to go into the pits. Oh no, and Beckerman taking a slight tap to the gearbox of Marlon. But luckily nothing. Oh no, I was about to say nothing. Or maybe I'm blind. Doesn't look like any wing damage there for him. As Father Cornell is picking up a 3-second time penalty. George also into the pits. Easy breeze. See where they come out on the circuit. But Tazonic looking very well for a race win. Unless we do see another safety car. Taz P4 does not need to stop again. Everyone else in front of him will, unless somehow Redeemer can make his mediums last till the end. Which that would be quite the tall task for the Red Bull driver. Indian Cyclone is now mobbing all on the back of Tazonic and Redeemer, but he's 6 laps in on those softs, so those are definitely going to start falling off from him. Looks like we got a move from White Mike on Spriley. Spriley doing a nice job to get into the points so far. As I say this, and we are missing all the action up front. That is Redeemer getting overtaken from Tazonic. Tazonic now into P3 for the Mercedes. And also, don't forget, if you're liking what you're seeing on track, there's a nice little like button right there. It's easy. You see it? Press it. Give us a nice little like on the video. It will be greatly appreciated. We'll see. Oh, Redeemer going very deep into turn 1. That's going to hurt him quite a bit here. Tazonic might be able to pull out a slight bit of a gap. It looks like he is. Beckman, however, him and Marlon Conga have been almost on the same identical pace. I mean, take away the liveries, take away the names, and you think these are the same two drivers. But Beckman is going to have some DRS coming down this straight. See if he can do anything with it. Doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to make any type of move. However, Indian Cyclone might, but he thinks better of it. That would have been quite the lunge from the McLaren. See how much longer he can make these softs last. He's probably going until he has to pit for mediums. Is that medium window is, I mean, he's within the gap for mediums right now, so he could pit on this lap. But the way he's racing, he does not look like he's playing too much into his own strategy. As we'll show some love here to Stoneman now, who's gotten past the Haas driver of DGM, and he's now P13 in that Ferrari. Ferrari are in some desperate needs of points. And you know who else is? Yep, that's right, the Banana Boat squad, as we're now seeing Max Fasitas go around the outside here. Father Corn, they're going to go side by side. And as they do that, it looks like Money Hustard and Ronan as well. Nothing doing there with Ronan. He's still sitting in P6. But McFasitas, hey, around the outside of Father Corn, even though he does pick up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be P11 and 10 for the Renault drivers. But after starting 19th and 20th, respectively, they are 10th and 11th. So very well done there from these guys. As Indian Cyclone is still not giving up. But you can definitely see those tires are starting to wear quite a bit on him. They'll take it on board now with the Alfa Romeo of TRC Platinum, is currently sitting P8. It's not been the type of day that the Alfa Romeo driver would have thought he would have had, but maybe that's because he's rocking a very unlucky number of 13. Who knows? Myth has it, number 13 doesn't affect him whatsoever. As we now have Marlon Conga hopping in the pits. Ronan, ooh, taking a quick little dive there in the pits as well. So this will shake up our grid quite a bit. So Marlon's now P1, Tazonic will be P2, and LDR Redeemer in P3. Here we go with Money Hustard and Platinum, 4th and 5th respectively. Platinum might be able to take these mediums till the end. He might be on for a podium finish, but to do so, he's going to have to overtake Money Hustard, because Money Hustard's teammate of Marlon is definitely going to have to come in the pits. We see Tazonic pick up a 3-second time penalty. That may come back to haunt him. And we now see LDR Redeemer all on the back of the Mercedes driver. DRS engaged. Do we have a slingshot engaged? I approve it. Slingshot is engaged. And there goes Redeemer down the inside here into turn number 9. And that is the move done there for the Red Bull. As Tazonic's now falling back into P3. But fortunately for Taz, Marlon Conga will have to pit. LDR Redeemer, as we've said multiple times, and I'll remind you once again, don't think he'll be able to take those mediums till the end. So his only real threat may be Money Hustard as well as Platinum. I think Platinum will be able to make it to the end here on the mediums. Those might be the only two drivers potentially take away Taz's win. And if anyone remembers, Taz threw away his race win at Canada. He had the race win in the bag, and on the final turn cut the corner just like Platinum did right there for 3-second time penalty, and gave away his win to, I believe, was Money Hustard. So we are back at it again this week with Taz and Money. As Platinum now is getting around Money Hustard, and that is P4 for TRC Platinum, and he is just taken off. Already half a second up on the Racing Point driver, and he is absolutely flying. And you know who else is flying? Tazonic. He looks like he might be trying to get back here at LDR Redeemer. And while they are all fighting, this is falling right in the hands of Marlon Conga, who needs all the bit of a gap he can get. As unfortunately, it looks like Sprightly's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Stoneman now into P8, right behind Sprightly's teammate of McFossitas in P7. Here we go, Tazonic TRS engaged. Will he have any sort of a peek through turn 1? He's going the outside. LDR Redeemer taking very defensive there. That might not suit him very well, and it does not. And he picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. And Tazonic taking P2, but LDR Redeemer's not going to give up. He's going to take a peek. Oh, and he is completely misjudged that move. Oh, and that gives Tazonic a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. That in no shape or form was really Taz's fault. They just, LDR Redeemer took a peek and realized too late he couldn't make the move, and Taz just took action into his own hands to make sure neither one of them fell into the barriers, which is very hard to do here at Paul Ricard. That's unfortunate for Taz. I believe he now has 8 seconds worth of penalties. That could definitely hurt his race, as we're going to take this down to McFossitas, who's now overtaken the Ferrari of Stoneman. Captain Hood may be crying just a little bit in the chat, as his beloved driver is now sitting in P8, but those could be some good points for the Ferrari team. I believe they are still without a single point this season. And I was just about to say McFatitas going very wide through turn 12, but he has definitely mastered the art of taking that apex as late as possible, which is what you want to do at turn 12. That was very nicely done there from the Renault driver, but here comes TRC Platinum and LDR Redeemer going side by side. Redeemer trying not to concede the place, but just not on pace with Platinum, and that's now going to be TRC Platinum into P3 as McFatitas picks up a 3-second time penalty. So I don't want to say I may have told you so, but Platinum has the pace and he's been flying throughout this race. And this might put a dagger in the heart of Toto Wolff, because Alfa Romeo is already looking at a move here on Taz. Can he make it stick? Oh, very well done. Clears him off through turn 9, and Taz, I don't think he thought Platinum was going to make that move. But these guys race together in a Sunday league, so maybe Taz did, and there he goes back into P2, and Platinum down back into P3. They can't count out Money Hustard as well. He is right in the fight with these guys. As there goes Marlon Conga into the pit. So that is now Taz in the P1, Maestro into P3. That should be all of our stops done. And as I say that, Tazonic falling back to Platinum. He's now P2. These guys are going to have to fight the battle. Money Hester now. Looks like he's just going to sit back and see what happens between the... Oh, no! Money Hester. Oh, completely lost the back end. And he can't seem to get his car back. And so it's White Mike into P4. Could White Mike get a podium? He's going to need a lot to go his way as he's sitting very far back. But that's unfortunate for Money Hustler. Looks like we're going to have a three-way battle for the lead. But now it's Tazonic and Platinum going at it. Tazonic gets the place taken back. And Platinum conceding. Platinum now back into second. This is bringing LDR Redeemer into the fight. He has a lap old tires. I may have misspoke quite a bit earlier when I said Redeemer couldn't take his tires till the end, because I was also saying that Platinum could, and they're only a lap difference apart on tire wear, so maybe Redeemer could do it. As we now have Platinum not going too far wide. Oh no, what's gone wrong with McFatitas back here? We're going to spam this. McFatitas. Oh no, he has spun, and that is terrible for the Renault team as they're doing so much in the race. And oh, what is this? Redeemer into the pit, so he is conceding his place. He's going to fall back quite a bit. That's going to put White Mike into P3. So Redeemer not thinking he can make his mediums last till the end. Going to opt for the softs. So that has me questioning TRC Platinum strategy, but these mediums can go at max 15 laps, and he's going to have to push them about 2 extra. So we're going to see how this goes for Platinum, but Tazonic is going to want to redeem himself from Canada. So he's not going to give up this race win whatsoever. Looks like Platinum starting to fall back just a little bit here from the Mercedes driver, as White Mike sits in P3 in the Toro Rosso, and Money Hustard trying to pull himself back into podium position as he's in P4. And Easy Breeze now looking to make a move here on Sprightly. Sprightly going to lose P5 right there, so Sprightly now falling back into P6, and he's getting bombarded by the Haas, from the Haas team. Gunther Steiner somewhere yelling some very aggressive F-bombs, but finally, in good fashion, because that is now going to be Don't Get Mad around the outside of Sprightly. And the Renault team, who's looking to be very well off for some good points here, is falling back quite massively now, as we see Marlon Conga as well getting past Sprightly. Sprightly's just falling off with those very old hards. This doesn't look like he can deal with the tire wear as well as the rest of our grid. And as we said too, Marlon Conga, I mean, he's on a fresh soft, so he's going to be mobbing through the rest of the field here. As we already see the difference between those softs and 15-lap old hards. There's just nothing that DGM can do. And now the Racing Point driver is looking to overtake his teammate, Don't Get Mad's teammate of Easy Breeze, for P5. And our chat is having a little bit of debate whether or not Platinum can make it, but in doing so, Marlon can't make it stick around the outside of Easy Breeze. Yeah, Platinum is definitely outside a range to pit. He's going to have to make those mediums go till the end, but I believe that was probably a strategy the entire time, as Redeemer picks up a 3-second time, but he doesn't been flying around all day. But yeah, Platinum, I mean, if he pits, he's going to fall back too far and way out of podium positions or any way to get back in the podium. So he's got to make those mediums last, race them till they pop. Money Hustlers all on the back of the Haas of Easy Breeze. Easy Breeze moving. I was about to say maybe moving under braking, but nope, doesn't look like quite that. Definitely on the edge of it. He's going to keep P5, keep the Racing Point behind him for at least a couple more turns. As Marlon is trying his heart out right now. He's giving it all he's got, and he might be able to get it now with DRS. And they come out turn 7. Easy Breeze not getting quite as good of an exit as the Racing Point driver, and he's just going to have to concede the place. What has gone wrong here with White Mike? White Mike now has been overtaken. Simultaneously, both Racing Point drivers have got a move done at the same time. What a coincidence. And White Mike has now fallen out of podium contention, which, unfortunately for him, he's seen gone wrong so many times this season, where he's been within the podium places, but it's been early in the race or at the end of the race, and just seen it fall from his grasp. And unfortunately, that might be what's going on right now with him. And to Captain Hood in the chat, we do not want a late safety car, because the way that our time penalties are forming right now, I think it would be best for our grid to not have a last minute safety car, because that could definitely affect everyone in the field. But nonetheless, TRC Platinum is still keeping up here with Taz. We'll take a quick peek at his telemetry here. See what's different between him and Taz. Not too much, as Father Corn picks up a 3-second time penalty. Platinum has done a very good job. I mean, he's 16 laps in on those mediums. The life in those tires is gone, but nonetheless, he is still keeping up with Taz. He's got 3 more laps to do so. We'll take it now back on down to Easy Breeze in P6. Looks like Marlon's softs are starting to fall off just a little bit here. As in the back of the grid, Stoneman is overtaking George 1997 from P15, but look to maybe be a points finish for the Stoneman himself. formerly known as Kush Daddy Pimp. It's not going to be, and his teammate as well as MRC Loki is sitting in 14th. So yet again, another day without a point for the Ferrari team. We now see Don't Get Mad hopping in the pits, as well as George 1997. So interesting decision from those drivers very late in the race. But now we take it back up to TRC Platinum, who's definitely starting to push. Oh, he got it within 0.3 of a second, but not a very good exit out of turn number, I believe it's turn number 10. And that's now sent him even further back. Still within the second mark, but I don't know if those tires are going to really be able to stick it out and potentially get him to overtake Tazonic here. Tazonic, if he keeps the race clean like he has been so far today, he might very well see himself finish out in P1. We're now coming to the second to last lap of the race, lap number 26 out of 27. It has been quite the race so far tonight. Oh no, as we have Father Corn is off the track. What's gone wrong with Father Corn? Looks like just a self-induced spin there off of turn 12. That is very unfortunate for him. We will take this right back up to the action. We don't miss anything going on here. That is unfortunate for the McLaren driver. But it has to be said that this division here, Division 2, is very stacked. I mean, we've seen some great racing here tonight, and it's just really foreshadowing what's left to come for the rest of our season. We still have 2/3 left to go. And for anyone tuning in, we are doing a special Saturday race once again, a full 100% race at Bahrain, so don't forget to tune into that, as we did a full 100% race. Me and Best Taeon were on the mic for that, and it was quite the stream. As we are now about to come on to the last lap of the race. Does TRC Platinum have anything left? I don't know if he does. He stayed within anywhere between 3 to 6/10 of Tazonic the entire race. And as we come up to the last lap of the race, this is going to be his last chance to potentially steal the race victory from Tazonic. We'll take a little cinematic view here of the final battle here for P1. But unfortunately for Platinum, after making that mistake into turn 3, he might have thrown away his last chance here. Don't Get Mad setting the fastest lap of the race, ultimately looking just to take away that 1 point from the rest of our grid. But it does not look like Platinum is going to be able to get around Tazonic unless Taz just makes a massive mistake, which we have seen before. I think Taz might have learned his lesson from Canada, and he might very well be on for a race victory here. We do not know what penalties look like, so I mean, we'll have to see what comes when these guys cross the finish line. But so far so good. Taz has one more corner left to go. Does very well not to cut it like he did at Canada. And that's going to be the race victory, barring time penalties for Tazonic. Oh, no, Taz. unfortunately, due to time penalties, he's fallen back into P3. Money Hustard P2. Money Hustard barely. And Money Hustard nearly got the win there. Any Cyclone P5. Marlin P6. Easy breeze. I have no idea what's going on with him. Beckerman P8. Redeemer P9. And Sprightly Banana Boat Squad falls short due to penalties. But Ferrari, as I'm trying to name off our guys finishing, these time penalties are saying a big FU to me. But that is 1 point for Ferrari. Finally picking up a point here in the season. Ronan P11, Stoneman 12, Sprightly, Facitas 13th, 14th, DGM 15th, Father Corn 16th, George 17th, the coach, and George the Fraud rounding out 18th and 19th. 2 for 2 white meat, the only retirement of the night. But hats off. Let's give a round of applause to that race. It was quite the thriller. These guys never disappoint. And we'll see if we can get them in for a quick little race interview before I have to dip off into our Division 1 race. As unfortunately it looks like Taz, once again, due to penalties, has found himself outside of the race victory. Oh, and we are now joined here from Platinum and Money Hustard.
42,000.
That is quite the way to end.
I got spun. If I didn't get spun, I would have had that win. I'm so gutted about that. Not to mention I should have fucking... Oh, yeah, I should have had you at the end. I made a mistake on that last corner. I was a little
to be
slow.
fair, that should be Tazonix, because he's like 4.2 seconds back, but he had a 5 second that should be removed. Doesn't make sense to have it.
Yeah.
If I wasn't spun, I think I would have had both of you on track because I had the hards and I was catching you guys like crazy at the end. I put 2 seconds on you guys in the last, I think, 3 laps. I'm so gutted about that, man.
Yeah, so we are live, guys. I'm gonna try to get this interview in as quick as possible because I have to dip off to the D1 race. But Platinum, congrats to you. You were my pick at the start of the race for the race victory. However, we'll see what Stuart say with Tazonix penalty. Maybe it does get taken back. But I mean, nonetheless, how does it feel, P1?
I mean, it feels nice. Obviously, it's been a while. Again, that win should be Taz's. Like, to be completely honest with you, he kind of just carried me in his tow the entire, probably last like 10-ish laps, maybe even longer than that. But I don't know, it feels good. It feels good to be back.
Yeah, and to you, Money, quite the whirlwind of a race for everyone. So how does it feel to get P2?
I'm a little gutted because I set myself up in a really good spot with the hards. I know Platinum went by me. And I was just going to let him DRS me for a few laps while his mediums were better than mine. I knew we were catching up on Taz. Taz was on mediums too, right?
Taz was
on
hard,
I believe.
Oh, Taz was on the hards. Okay. Well, I knew I was going to have a fight with you, at least you two. I was going to have a fight with the two of you at the end. And then I think it was Redeemer tapped me, I think at turn 3, and it just kind of spun me. And from that point, I had to catch up. And I actually... it like broke my DRS from that, which was dumb. So I caught up to White Mike. I was able to get around him without DRS. And then, yeah, I had a great start to the race, though. I don't know if you caught that, Nick. But I had a good start.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we were on board with Stoneman for the start of the race, and he went from P3 to P20 off the start. And it really messed up our, yeah, there's a Cody's glitch.
I went to P20 as well. I fucking spun it.
Yeah, something very strange happened off. But Taz, P3. We'll see what Stewards have to say with your 5-second time penalty. But how'd that race feel for you?
Yeah, that was great. I mean, as I said before, I had quite a bad start, to be fair. I lost like 3 or 4 places off the start. And then just coming through, I can't remember what corner it is now, turn 6 or 7 I think it was. Don't know, the rear end just snapped. Probably because I was on quite warm mediums from doing qualifying on it, but it just snapped. I had no chance of saving it, so I was at the back. 20th place was very sad. But no, I just made a bit of a comeback. The safety car came out at the perfect time as I was literally going through the last sector. So I managed to capitalise on that whilst everyone else had to pit.
Nice. And unfortunately, Taz, I'm going to have to cut you off. I am being told from our director that I need to cut the stream short. So we need to get Division 1 started. But congrats to you guys. Thanks for everyone watching. Make sure you check out the D1 stream. And I'll be there, and I probably bottle it. So we'll see.
Have fun. See ya.